So, welcome to the session. We are going to discuss the remaining practical of power electronics, which are based on MATLAB Simulink. MATLAB Simulink, it is the tool developed by MathWorks, and it is a data flow graphical programming language tool used for simulation purpose. You can build a system and analyze different systems over here in Simulink. A customizable set of block libraries is available. You can access that library for choosing the blocks. You can place those blocks, you can interconnect them, set the different parameters, and you can observe the results of the simulation. So we are going to use this MATLAB Simulink for simulation of different power electronic circuits. We are going to implement semi-converters with R load, RL load, full converters with R load, RL load, and also we are going to implement single phase PWM bridge inverter. So let us start and get familiar with this Simulink. So open MATLAB. You can see Simulink over here. Click on Simulink. Open a blank model. So this is the interface where you can place all the different blocks and interconnect them, and you can set different parameters and simulate your design. So before starting this, we are going to implement firstly the semi-converters. The semi-converters, they are nothing but the rectifiers that convert AC into pulsating DC, and it is again the controlled type of rectification. So we are using power devices. We are having two SCRs and two diodes combination in semiconductor circuits. Other things we will require are AC source, scope to observe different waveforms at different side, input side, output side, the thyristors or the SCRs, which we are going to trigger at different values of alpha. So to observe those firing angle or the firing pulses, we are going to use the scope. So you can see this is the library. As I said, this library contains all the blocks. Click on this library browser. A window will pop up. So here for implementation of power electronics circuits, we have a library called Simscape. So go into Simscape, power systems. You can see this Simscape components and specialized technology. In specialized technology, you will see different blocks. So go into fundamental blocks. Now we want a AC source. So go into electrical sources, place a AC source, right click on this, add the block to your design. Then what next things we will require are the different power devices. So go into power electronics. In the same fundamental blocks, you can see this thyristors. So again, right click it, place those components. Two thyristors will be needed and two diodes will be needed for implementation of semi-converter. So place them. So I have taken AC source, two SCRs and two diodes. So now next thing is I will require a load. So in the same power system, specialized technology, fundamental blocks, you can see this elements. Go into elements, place a series RLC branch. Then as I said, we are going to measure input and output side. So to measure input voltage, we will place the voltage measurement block. So they are present in. So if you don't find any component, you can directly place over. You can search over here, voltage measurement. It is in Simscape. So I have to measure input and output voltage. So I'm placing two voltage measurement blocks. Again, I need a scope for observing the output waveform. So I will search scope. I will again add this to my design. And one thing is we have to fire these thyristors at different values of alpha. So go into this Simulink sources, you will find the pulse generator. This will generate the firing pulses. So there are two thyristors, so I will require two pulse generators. So I have placed them. And one thing to remember is place power GUI. Search it, you will find it and place it. See what now you might be thinking what this block is for. So this block helps you to set all the different parameters which we are going to set for different blocks while doing the simulation. Whatever the inputs which we are going to set for the setting purpose, this is needed. You can place it anywhere into this our design. We don't have to connect it to any of the circuit part. It will be placed into our design anywhere. So let us start. So we are having all the components with us. Now we will just make them, we will connect them. This is a scope which will go at the output side, 1 voltmeter at the output side, 1 voltmeter at the input side. This is our load. This is diode 1, diode 2, thyristor 1, thyristor 2. So rotate them. Just connect them, anode to cathode, then cathode to cathode connection, and over here anode to anode. This is the AC source which will be there in between input. So I will connect the AC source. This is the pulse generator 1, pulse generator 2. They will go to the respective thyristors. Okay, you can rename them. Pulse generator 1, pulse generator 2. This is our S1, S2, D1, and this will be our D2. So let us connect this load. And now you might be seeing this is the series RLC branch, but we have to implement our semi converter with R load. So double click on this. Here you can change the branch type. You can take it as RL, separately RLC, RL, RC, LC, and all these different configurations they are available. So we will select R, and for instance say I'm giving resistance 400 ohm, and I will say it apply, and then okay. So now I'm having a R load at the output. Okay, A voltmeter for measurement of output voltage waveform. This voltmeter to measure the input voltage. So we have made all the connections. Now we have to connect this all measurements which are to be observed on the scope. So you can right click on the scope, signal and port, number of ports. Now how many number of ports I will require? I have to see the input voltage waveform, the pulse generator 1 waveform, pulse generator 2's waveform, and the output voltage. So I will take 4 ports. So in this way you can configure the number of ports of scope. And then okay, now we can see I have 4 inputs to the scope. Now I will connect this input voltage to the first terminal of scope. The second terminal will be the pulse generator 1, pulse generator 2, and the third last fourth one for seeing the output voltage measure waveform. So you have seen in theory how the output waveforms they look like, input and output waveforms. This is input voltage. Okay, so now double click on AC source. We will apply say 120 volts, and the frequency in India is 50 hertz. So I am changing this frequency and say apply. Okay, so now we have configured our AC source, we have configured the load. Now what is needed is to be done is setting of our firing angle. So double click on this. Here you have to give the amplitude. Let's say I'm giving 5 as amplitude of the pulse waveform, whatever the triggering pulses which we are generating through this pulse generator 1. Here the time period in seconds, it will be how much our frequency is 50 hertz. So 1 by 50 is the time period. So 1 by 50 is 20 milliseconds, and in seconds it is 0.02 seconds. And the pulse width, for instance, say I am taking 10. Now how to calculate the phase delay? So I'm considering alpha equal to 60 degrees. So for alpha equal to 60, how I will calculate this phase delay in seconds? So for that, we use your alpha divided by 360 into time period, that is 0.02. So phase delay can be calculated as 60 by 360 into 0.02, which will be 0.0033, and apply. Okay. Second pulse generator, similarly you can configure the amplitude. You have to keep the amplitude same. Time period is 0.02 seconds. Pulse width we have kept 10. Now this second SCR, it will get fired at pi plus alpha. Is it correct? Yes, it will get triggered at pi plus alpha. So pi is 180, 180 plus we have taken alpha as 60. So 180 plus 60, that is 240. So calculating delay, phase delay, it will be 240 divided by 360 into 0.02, which will be 0.0133. Apply. Okay. So in this way, we have implemented our semi-converter circuit with R load, and we have set all the different parameters. So save this. And now you can simulate this. Run. So it is compiling. This design is getting compiled. So now for seeing the waveforms, double click on the scope. So now you might be seeing all the different waveforms, they have got overlapped. Whatever the four inputs of the scope, whatever the measurement is done by the scope, they have got merged with each other. So we will separate them out. For separating out, you have this option, go into this layout and select four, as we are having four inputs to our scope. So you can now see you are having the four different inputs of scope displayed separately. You can whatever the labeling we have given, you can show them over here to make the waveforms more readable. You do show legends. Okay, they will appear at the waveform side. Okay, now you can zoom this. Okay, now you can see over here, this is the first pulse which is going to SCR1. You can see over here, this is starting at alpha equal to 60. This is the triggering pulse to your second thyristor. You can see it is at pi plus alpha, that is at 240 degrees. So you can see the output waveforms of semi-converter with R load. So this is how we can implement, and you can change the values, you can configure different values. You can change the alpha, you can keep alpha equal to 30, 60. You can change those values, calculate the phase delay, apply them, and see the changes in the waveform. Okay, so in this way you can simulate different circuits of power electronics over here in Simulink. And now what you can simply do for implementing semi-converter with RL load is just you have to change this. You have to add the RL load. So you can right click on it in the properties, you can change the type of the branch, that is you have to select RL and then just save that and see the waveforms. Similarly, you can also implement full converter with R load and full converter with RL load. Here we have just observed the voltage waveforms of input and output. You can check the current also, all the different parameters, whatever you like to observe, you can connect them to the scope and observe the waveforms. So for full converter, what you can do is you have to replace these two diodes with the thyristors and check the simulation again. Same R with R load with RL load, and you can simply do it. And if it is very easier, you try doing this. And here how this is how it works. And we will stop over here. Thank you.